Okay, so I reached the size limit for being able to record, and it's taking fucking hours to upload just a little clip. And it's like 1 in the morning right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and...
1 month before we even hear about this in the news.
Exactly. Very shady.
To add to the shadiness, there's also several pieces of legislation that have been passed to protect the corporations producing these pharmaceutical products and the government from any legal backlash involved with, any negative side effects of their vaccine.
Yeah, like Baxter International has a history with putting out faulty vaccinations causing GBS, Guillain-Barré syndrome, which causes neurological disorders and paralysis, fatal paralysis. So while they're telling you about the pandas and the, stuff that really doesn't matter on the news, on your evening news, they don't tell you this. That Baxter International, their products are not, good. And this is what our government is using to give us vaccines for this H1N1 virus.
Baxter International was one of the first, if not the first, pharmaceutical corporation to gain the contract to produce a viable vaccine for distribution in the States. The States also have a history of messing their handling of viruses up, their handling of pandemics. Their handling of situations like this in the past. For example, the 1976 swine flu epidemic that turned out to be one actual death due to the swine flu.
Yeah, and they don't tell you that this guy who died from it was already sick prior to contracting the swine flu virus and passed out. He was forced to go out marching. He was in the military, and he passed out during the marching. And
I think what did they say that he wasn't forced. He felt better, and then they recommended he don't go out, but he did it anyway.
Yeah.
And then he collapsed the next day.
Exactly. So they don't tell you these things. I don't know why. But let's talk about Kathleen Sebelius, who is the U.S. Secretary of Human and Health Services. She is prompting elementary schools all over the U.S. to be used as shot clinics, to prepare the schools to be used as shot clinics for kids, because kids will be among the first to receive these trial fast-track vaccination. Fast-track vaccination is, instead of 26 weeks, 26 weeks, they are forced, what do? They put it out 13 weeks. So fast-tracking is...
Okay, so fast-track, it's the whole... Should we mention the BioShield Act?
We got it.
It covers the fast-tracking?
Yeah.
Baxter has a fast-track process because it's like they're
yeah.
They say that they have the technology to do it faster
Exactly.
than everybody else. So.
Alright, so Baxter International has this fast-tracking thing that they can do because they say that they have the technology to put out medicine quicker, just because they say so, which is bullshit given their history that we already mentioned. And instead of having 26 weeks to trial and test vaccinations, they cut it down to 13 weeks,
Which leaves a lot of room for error.
Exactly.
And a lot of introduction of factors that aren't typical to the vaccine creation process.
Exactly. And you want to talk about the Project BioShield Act?
The Project BioShield Act of 2004 actually takes into account measures such as this, fast-tracking the process, and it covers them under a legal blanket of immunity in the guise of, a national health emergency, which has been declared by Kathleen Sebelius, actually sustained after her predecessor's report.
Yeah, so what else is there to talk about?
The World Health Organization's classification of the pandemic. You want to go ahead and do it?
Alright, so the World Health Organization, the WHO, their definition of a pandemic has changed within this last, couple weeks?
Well, it's been since June? Okay,
Since June.
Hold on. It was June. It was after the pandemic started?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say after.
Did they change?
I don't remember. But the actual, the graph thing that you looked up, it was in place,
Mm-hmm.
but that was like 2005, they set it in.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, this whole thing.
Okay.
Kind of did, and so I guess just...
So it changed after this thing
They
happened.
mentioned after the 2005 one, and it doesn't include deaths or anything. Just
Right.
one
So the pandemic is that it's a widespread
human
human and human
or
transmission.
sustained.
Yeah. Alright, so the WHO, the World Health Organization, definition since 2005 up until a couple weeks after the outbreak has changed. After 2005, it states that a pandemic is worldwide human-to-human transmission. So, and now it's, what is it?
It's now... No, it is that now. Before it was more involving deaths and something having to do...
Mass deaths in, like, different parts of the world.
Harmful humans and deadly.
So, let's do this again.
I think we correct that in a little bit. I think we look over the notes a little better.
Definition of a pandemic after 2005, up until a couple weeks after the outbreak, the virus, the fucking H1-N1 virus, was that it's deadly human-to-human transmission of disease or a virus. And the new one is saying human-to-human contact, no deaths or anything, just human-to-human transmission of a virus. Doesn't have to be death. So that means if the swine flu is to happen in a greater amount than it did, and nobody dies, then they can state a pandemic. They can call it a pandemic if they want. No deaths, nothing, you know, like...
Right. Under the new guidelines, the actual seasonal influenza would be considered a level 4 on the scale of a pandemic.
Yeah, so it's like they're finding little ways to make a big deal and, you know, cause mass hysteria, if you will. Yeah.
It could, and then there's the 1 through 3 of a pandemic stage on the World Health Organization's meter that states that the virus is predominantly an animal infection and has not yet jumped completely over to humans with relatively few human infections. But not all viruses start off in animals, and not all of animal viruses are...
jump over to human, you know?
So it puts a lot of emphasis on pandemics having that root necessarily be from animals. When we see something like seasonal influenza that's mainly just humans, not classified on their list, even though it would fall under the same requirement.
Exactly. So I just really hope that you guys take some of this into consideration. You know, don't just sit down and take whatever everybody's gonna, you know, put out here. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know what to talk about.
And something like that. We would make this formal and newsy and everything, but this is a conversation we're trying to have to get people to do their own research.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is totally just...
Ask questions.
Ask questions. Don't just be like, all right, swine flu. Okay, where the hell... You don't ask where it came from, you know? Like, just ask questions, you know? Inform yourself. Shit. You know, because the news isn't going to do it for you. It's not going to tell you the whole story ever. It won't.
The media likes conflict, no matter if it's real or imagined.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The only news people I've recently heard was CBS. Was that, what is it called, the Washington Newsweek?
It was, called?
All I got was Washington, and I forget the second one. Anyways, they have it on the website. We'll cite everything on like little sidebar.
Yeah, we didn't get to that
I
actually,
don't know which one.
unfortunately.
But we'll have all the sites where you guys can, look up, go to the websites. The NVIC is one of the best ones I've heard so far with, what's her face?
And
Barbara.
the CDC, the World Health Organization.
Mm-hmm. It's all available to you on the internet, use it, because...
Figure out what you can trust, figure out what you should question.
Yeah, come to your own conclusion.
Make up your mind, figure out where you stand, and don't take shit.
Yeah, and this isn't just like, paranoia to the max. It's not, what's that word?
There's an audio delay now.
Fear-mongering or, what's that fucking word? Shit, conspiracy. This isn't fucking, talk of conspiracy, just come to conclusions what you have about your government or whatever. I don't think that they're administering swine flu or, AIDS, like Kanye said.
There's people out there who believe.
And I forgot that it does run out. Okay, so that's that. I have other clips, but these are the only ones I saved. I saved 3 of them, and look, it gave me kind of right there. Yeah. Anyway, basically the laws passed, so now they're in place. Judicial protections, legislative protections, whatever you want to call them. Back then, the record was set by President Barack Obama for a record number of executive orders enacted, even more than George W. Bush and any other fucking president before him. So, they'll give you a friendly face and then they'll stick you in the back with, anyway, so that's happening. Trump has now, I think, surpassed President Obama's record for executive orders, and I don't know. It seems like they're playing this tit for tat sort of political theater game, and could potentially result in some more social engineering, manipulating of the public opinion, the public, I recently came across the Overton window. I wouldn't like to believe that's a psychological thing, but psychology when it comes to large group dynamics seems to be more predictable and less awe-inspiring. A little bit of a letdown, and therefore potentially the Overton window, yes, is possible. I had believed, much like what Lawrence Lessig's work and Cory Doctorow's work in culture, memetics, and copyright and trademark laws, patent laws, which, by the way, I think this qualifies as share and share alike with attribution under the Creative Commons license. I think I've stated before on my social media that most of anything that I post is share and share alike with attributions. That sort of thing. Not for profit. And anyway, so I had thought that the media oligopoly is what is actually determining these Overton window effect type things and mimetic, shrinking of meme pools. But I don't know. Maybe really people really do have such small attention spans, and it wouldn't change significantly under an alternate model of economy and society. But I highly doubt it. I think the industrial civilization model of culture and society and capitalism have a severe stranglehold on culture, society, and the things that happen within them. Although there is wiggle room, and fortunately, I'm alive because the big beast has so many blind spots, and the human pericardium is is well, let's just leave it at that. Yeah.